Welcome back, YouTube. This is episode 9 in the Novice-GM series, playing 6-player progressive cards. There's nothing better than losing 4 troops before your first turn. Thank you very much, Purple. The ranks of the players are as follows: 2 novices, 2 beginners, and 1 intermediate. As their low ranks indicate, they are playing the game not like a progressive cards game, but like a fixed cards game, where they focus on continents. So as you can see right away, purple and green are fighting for Australia. I see that blue is going to get South America really easily. That's why I left the continent, so I wanted to avoid losing any troops unnecessarily if I could avoid it. So instead of spreading themselves out, they're focusing on continents and even fighting for them, which is the worst thing possible that you can do in a progressive game. In a fixed cards, you can afford to fight for continents as long as you don't break the balance of the game in doing that. However, in a progressive game, that's basically suicide because you're just wasting your troops, and even if you end up winning that battle, then you're going to be too weak to go for anyone, and the person that you took out of that continent is going to be immediately taken out by someone else, and that fortunate player who gets to take the player out will end up getting a huge advantage. So that's why you do not want to fight for continents in a progressive game. Also, another tip of advice is do not do what the orange player is doing. He is wasting his troops by splitting his troops into 3s like that. You should not do that. You should place your army in one army and have multiple armies across the map. At least 3 to 4 is ideal. If you can get more than that, that's even better. And make sure that they're like at least 3 territories minimum away from each other. Alright, you can see right away green was eyeing up, and he was pointing towards purple, so you can see that there is a tension mounting, and eventually one of them is going to attack the other. Meanwhile, blue is expanding upwards through North America, meaning that orange's troops are going to be taken out really, really quickly. If I were orange, I would start piling up my troops and leaving North America, like moving away, taking away those useless 3s. Those are not helping him at all. Especially his 3 in Northwest Territory, which is blocked by all of his territories. Those troops are completely useless. Yellow decides to attack my 2, a 3-on-2. 35% chance of that working. It does end up working for him, but it's really unfortunate because I'm not as spread out anymore. Pretty soon my troops in Africa will be taken out by yellow because he wants to take the continent. And like I said, like I predicted, blue is going to go for taking North America, which means that all of those troops of orange have been taken out. So orange is in a really tough situation. He needs to evacuate North America and stop putting his armies in like these smaller armies, which are completely useless. They're not as effective, and they won't be helpful if he wants to ever go for another player. Being like super spread out like that, it won't be as effective. If your army is too small, it won't be big enough to use and take someone out. That's just common sense. Okay, so like I said, one of the players, green or purple, is going to attack the other, and green ends up doing the attack and actually being able to fully take out purple. That does put green in a danger because at this point I'm in the decision point. Should I take out green? Because I can do it. In the end, I decided not to do it because I was afraid that another player like Yellow could turn in a set straightly after and take me out. Yup, right away, Blue is going for North America, and the Blitz roll doesn't work for him, so... But still, Orange's troops are being swiped out so easily. Orange does have us at F4, but he's still making the same mistake where he splits his armies off into threes, which he can't use to. That doesn't help him at all, so he keeps making the same errors. Yellow gets to turn his set in. He's going to take my 3 out from Africa, which I predicted. But he's too slow to actually fully take out and capture the rest of my troops and capture Africa. So that's good for me, because I still have at least one territory in Africa for at least one more turn, which can be useful, like trying to stay spread out and not be like a target for anyone. Yup, so Blue tried to do a 5-on-2, it didn't work, and then he ends up skipping his card. He didn't get a card that turn. My plan is to end up taking out the orange player the next turn, like once he gets his 3rd card. So this turn I will be able to go for the orange player. Do the 8-on-3 and then take out the rest of his 23 troops. With my 27 troops army once I put my 3 on my 24. And with another advantage of that is that you can take out these smaller armies with relative ease, like you can get an advantage on these blitz rolls. That's why I decided to go. See, look, I didn't lose a single troop. Only in the last few attacks did I lose some troops, but I was actually able to fully take out Orange and get his 3 cards. However, I do not have enough troops to take out either Green or Yellow, who both have 4 cards. Neither can I take out Blue. So I was super scared of the Yellow player. That's why I decided to play super unoptimally by placing my army into blocked territories, because I didn't want to trigger Yellow by placing my army next to him, because I thought if I did that, then he would attack my army and try to take me out. So even though it's not like the best play, I was just trying to not trigger the Yellow player, because he could totally like go for me right now. It would be a little bit risky because his troops are not set up correctly. They're not in one army. But he didn't go for that. He didn't go to take me out. The green player didn't have it set at 4, which means that although I can take him out now, I'm guaranteed to go for him next turn, because he still won't have a turn. He still won't have a set next turn, which is why I fortified my army perfectly to take out green. And then once I'm able to take out green, I can use his cards to go for the blue player. And then that will get me another set of cards. So green tries to run away, but there's nowhere to hide. I'm just going to take him out, take like 13 troops down here to Australia, split off an army like 9 to take out the bottom, and then take out India, and then the rest in Asia. Now I can go for blue. Blue has like 50 troops total. I only need like a 7-on-2 in Afghanistan, and then I can use the rest. And I'll have an advantage on these attacks. See, like I only lost 3 to 10. And then all these ones will go quickly in this blitz roll. 7-on-2 is 100%, that's why I put that many there. And then the blitz roll works out so I can take out blue, turn in a set, and then blitz Yellow's armies and invade Africa. So long as he doesn't have a set, the game is over for Yellow. And turned out that he didn't have a set. Although it wouldn't even matter because he's going too slow. Like, even if he had a set, he wouldn't be fast enough to take out all of my territories. Because you can see he doesn't have his animations off. That's another thing. If you don't have your animations off, you are not going to be as fast. So I turned in my set, and you can see how fast I am going compared to the yellow player. Now I can show you my rank. Alright, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.